Friday night in Indianapolis, Indiana, WWE presented their October premium live event, WWE Fastlane, and for a show that only had 5 matches, many of us expected there to be added at least one more match. What a show we got, and let's get right into it. The first match on deck was a stunner where Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso won the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships from the Judgment Day. And of course, this occurred when JD McDonough tried to get involved and he accidentally hit Damian Priest in the knee with the Money in the Bank briefcase, allowing Cody Rhodes hit a crossroads on the announce table, along for a Jey Uso super kick, a Cody Rhodes crossroads to Finn Balor off the sort of Cody Cutter Jey Uso, 1D that connected, and Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso are the new WWE Undisputed Tag Team Champions. What a wild match this was. It was a great way to kick off the show, and I'm excited to see. Now, as of note, this segment is being pre-recorded before Monday Night Raw. So obviously you'll hear this on Tuesday when Raw has already taken place. I'm excited to see, though, what WWE does with Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. And I'm only saying this as a caveat to it being pre-recorded because who knows, the Judgment Day may win the titles back on Raw, just like Dominic Mysterio did with the NXT North American Championship. But man, the crowd was hot and in it for this one. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso got a great reaction, and WWE, as I said going into the Fastlane event in my predictions, you have Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, all on the Monday Night Raw brand. You throw in LA Knight, on the SmackDown brand, and WWE is loaded with white hot baby faces right now, maybe more so than in the last decade or potentially 2 decades in WWE history. What a phenomenal match. I'm interested to see the story they tell with Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, and if it is indeed leading back to Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia, with, of course, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson looming on the horizon. Okay, up next, the Street Profits took on Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar. Now, we were all expecting Rey and Santos Escobar to have a partner. They did not have a partner for the beginning of this match, which is mostly where Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits dominated. But when Rey Mysterio was able to turn around the match, when he needed a partner the most, bang, out comes Carlito, who makes his first WWE appearance since Backlash in Puerto Rico to help out the LWO. I'm assuming now he's going to be a part of the LWO faction, as of course Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde have seemingly about to fell out of the group. It really feels like a Rey Mysterio, Zelina Vega, Carlito, Santos Escobar group, in my opinion. At this point, with all this drama going on in the LWO, I'm not really sure if Rey Mysterio needs the United States Championship. Maybe smart for him to drop that championship to a Grayson Waller or to a Bobby Lashley, as he helps obviously reinvigorate the Street Profits career. But the major moment from this match, I'm not so mad the Street Profits, lost this match. I think we all kind of thought that their first 6-man tag as a team, they needed to go over in a victory. But with the Carlito return, you're going to get a big pop. The fans were happy, and it's an understandable, it's a reasonable loss for the Street Profits in that regard. I think they're going to get more angry. They're going to get their bad attitude. And now, again, with Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso holding the Undisputed Tag Team Championships with a babyface team holding the titles, it does give the opportunity for the Street Profits now to eventually take away those tag team titles if WWE wanted to go that route of Cody and Jey Uso. But overall, a very good match. The next match was better than I expected, featuring the champion Io Sky, Charlotte, and Asuka for the WWE Women's Championship. Now, during the kickoff show, Io Sky told Bayley to stay in the back, which she did for most of the match. I thought it was a brilliant booking and great strategy by Asuka to use the mist as early as she did. We've never seen that before on Charlotte. Either try to steal a victory, which she tried to, or essentially make it a one-on-one match between Io and Asuka Sky, or between Io Sky, and Asuka for most of the matchup, which it ended up being. In the end, though, Charlotte Flair ended up coming back. Bayley ends up with a distraction going to Io Sky's rescue, with Asuka tapping in the figure eight, with the referee not seeing it due to the distraction from Bayley. Io Sky hits the moonsault and pins Charlotte Flair, a rarity in WWE, to retain the WWE Women's Championship. Now I'm wondering if we have another potential triple threat on the way. As we all know, Kairi Sane is potentially heading back to WWE. You have Io Sky, you have Asuka, and then you would have Kairi Sane, the sort of free Japanese woman, getting involved in one big triple threat match at a premium live event like Survivor Series. Seems like a good bet. I don't think WWE wants to fully commit to the damage control split until Dakota Kai is healthy. They're kind of planting the seeds. I could see Io, Dakota, Bayley, another triple threat match at WrestleMania 40. It just feels like Io Sky and the SmackDown Women's division as a whole is going to be involved in every triple threat match you can book. Of course, Bianca Belair is going to be involved and back sometime soon. So very interesting over there, but I thought it was the right call to have Io retain the Women's Championship, and shockingly, pleasantly surprised. Even though I like Charlotte Flair as a performer more than most do, that Charlotte was pinned in this contest. Then Pat McAfee came out. He got the Indianapolis crowd all riled up, and that led us to John Cena, and the star of the night, in my opinion, L.A. Knight. Yeah. And of course, they took on Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso of the Bloodline. L.A. Knight able to pick up the victory. He got the pinfall. He got the rub. He got the respect from John Cena. And this match was all about building L.A. Knight into a credible championship contender. That is what this match, it's what the show was pretty much all about, outside of Rollins Nakamura, last man standing, which we will get to. This match, Solo and Jimmy Uso were dominating John Cena for most of the matchup. It was very slow. Cena could not get out of the box until he made that hot tag. And that Indianapolis arena, that Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, with Pat McAfee hyping up L.A. Knight before the matchup. When L.A. Knight entered in, that crowd exploded, and he is a 100% organic babyface. Everybody is behind L.A. Knight. Yeah, and in my opinion, L.A. Knight, yeah, is the future of this business, and it was never more obvious than what L.A. Knight did at Fastlane. That was a groundbreaking moment. The moment was not too big for him, and as Triple H said at the post-press conference, sometimes L.A. Knight can get into his own head. We're working with him. It's a slow build. I think LA Knight versus Roman Reigns is bound to happen. I don't think it's going to happen at the Royal Rumble. I don't think it's going to happen at WrestleMania 40. I think they're going to slowly build LA Knight to the chance for maybe Royal Rumble 2025, maybe WrestleMania 41. LA Knight is hot, but there's also a lot of credible contenders. Obviously, we've talked about Cody Rhodes and The Rock. You got to give LA Knight some time. Who knows, as John Cena said, with the strike going on, as soon as the strike ends, him and Rock are both going to be leaving WWE. So you got to strike while the iron is hot. And WWE used John Cena here to make LA Knight an even more credible star. And if you're not a believer in LA Knight, yeah, then just go back and watch that Fastlane match, because LA Knight arrived, in my opinion, in Indianapolis on Saturday night. Then we get to the main event. Now, originally going in, I think we all kind of thought Cena and LA Knight against Jimmy and Solo was going to be the main event. That was obviously not the case, as we did get the last man standing, which ended up being the right call. And sometimes last man standing matches, they usually follow the same script, where the heel dominates most of the match. It takes the baby face to a kind of 8 out of 9, and then they eventually, usually always get up and win the match. It was a very similar situation here, but I loved how Shinsuke Nakamura purposely targeted the back of Seth Rollins with every single move. I love how they made a big deal about Seth Rollins even sitting up a table at ringside. Oh, it was hard for him. Michael Cole and Corey Graves on commentary were fantastic all night, specifically in this last man standing match, where obviously Rollins is climbing the ladder. He wants to go over the curb stop, and obviously Corey Graves, I almost said Cody Rhodes. Corey Graves and Seth Rollins are good friends. Michael Cole is pleading with Corey to tell Seth to stop. Michael Cole was telling Rollins he's going to kill himself. It just all added to the story, which eventually led to Rollins again doing so much to his body that Falcon Arrow through the announce table, where Shinsuke Nakamura was stumbling. He could not get up. Rollins barely survives Nakamura to end this feud. Now, there was a little bit of disappointment. I think we all thought of the brutality Rollins took. Damian Priest was going to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase. We saw before the matchup, Rhea Ripley told Priest to hand over the briefcase. He was not going to cash in. Priest did not want to leave the night empty-handed after losing the Undisputed Tag Team titles. However, Mommy Rhea Ripley, the leader of the Judgment Day, has a plan, and this is a slow build. And this is the one thing that Triple H and his creative team has done a lot better since being implemented in WWE last July. It is building stories. It is not rushing booking decisions. There is a whole nother storyline to take place here with Damian Priest and the Money in the Bank briefcase, specifically, that does not have to do with him being champion. It's when and how and what he's going to cash in the briefcase on. And I think WWE made the right decision. Seth Rollins is moving merchandise sales. He's a very popular superstar. He's selling out live events. He's had a great World Heavyweight Championship reign. The championship reign that started in Saudi Arabia 6 months ago. He is putting the World Heavyweight Championship back on the map the way the big gold belt was in the mid-2000s. And again, it is a really slow build with the Judgment Day, and I'm excited to see the payoff. There's so many stories going on in WWE right now, both with the singles, the women's, the tag. There's a lot of stories going on, and overall, a very odd product and a very solid A- premium live event, in my opinion, when it comes to WWE Fastlane 2023. I vastly enjoyed the show. Like that clip from the Brands World podcast? If so, make sure you go down there and hit that subscribe button. While you're down there hitting the subscribe button, make sure to also hit the notification bell so you never miss another upload. And make sure you check out all the other clips from the Brands World podcast right here on YouTube.